Ladies and gentlemen, the following podcast is set for one episode. Your host from Columbus, Ohio, is Michael Kirk. Welcome to the Outlaw Mudcast. Hello and welcome to the Outlaw Mudcast, your digital audio dirt sheet for all things Supershow. Let's start off with 2024 Create-a-Competitor Competition news. I have to make a bit of a correction here too, and I'll get to that in a moment. First, though, we have a revised entrant list. Some entrants have been added, and here's where the correction part comes in. Last week I reported that there were only 2 WWX competitors that I was aware of in the competition. That was incorrect. Let me give you the full list, and I will highlight who the competitors that I'm aware of are from WWX. The list as it stands, the non-WWX list is The Misfit, Dale Kessel, Game Master, El Rebelde de Urchachile, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, JAC, Boat JAC, Masked Llama Black, Mr. Rumble, Rambo Apocalypse, Ranger Dangerfield, Mikoa Valiente, Jeremy, and Rowdy Ron. The WWX competitors in this are Cole Bradley, El Nino de Oro, Damon Day, Professor, Jason Longstacks, Chris Angels, Rockstar Joey Sins, and I believe Demon Johnny V. That's the only one I don't have confirmed. This is a total of 20 people in the CCC, 8 from WWX, 12 from the non-WWX. They've asked everyone involved to create a promo video no more than 30 seconds in length to just introduce themselves to the audience, to the people who will be watching the Create-a-Competitor competition. No details about when that's due, about where you're supposed to send that. Just create the video, put it out. Hopefully, there will be more forthcoming on that. As of right now, that's all we know concerning the video. We have been given some information about future rounds. We know that the field of 12, the 12 non-WWX competitors, are going to be the first to compete. They're going to whittle that field of 12 down to 8. Those 8 non-WWX players, competitors, are going to face off against the 8 WWX competitors with the goal being to eventually get to a top 4 WWX, top 4 non-WWX. Now, I don't know if the ultimate goal is to go top WWX versus top non-WWX in the finals, or if it's just kind of a free-for-all once we get to the final 8. But that's the goal, ultimately, to get to a 4 versus 4 WWX v non-WWX. What's the format going to be for the 12 to go down to 8? We don't know. Not sure what that's going to be. All we know for sure right now is they want promos, introductory promos from each person in the contest no longer than 30 seconds. Last time I reported on the CCC, I mentioned that it was a smaller field than the previous years. Last count I had was 18. That's one less than the previous year's count of 19. We're actually one higher, but that's including the 8 from WWX. If you take out the WWX competitors, it's only 12, which is significantly smaller than last year's 19. So the field continuing to get smaller every year, only slightly higher than last year because of this new WWX twist on the contest. That's where we stand right now with the CCC. Calais Cup news. The 2024 Supershow Cup is underway. The group stages are currently live. Players in the group stages have until March 17th to complete their matches. 16 groups, 5 players per group. There are 10 competitors where there is diversity. Of these 10, they're being played twice. 2 people are playing each of the following competitors: Ariel Lipstick, Johnny T, the new version of Jordan Oliver, Liger, Macho Manny, Mr. Pop and Twist, Nightmare King, Quadruple H, Ricky Riot, and Rob Van Dam. If both people playing those competitors would qualify to move on to the top 32, only the best record will move on to the top 32. If there's a tie, there will be some sort of tiebreaker to determine who moves on. That's where we are right now with the Supershow Cup with Calais Cup. Midwest Coast Championship news. The next contender for the Midwest Coast Singles Champion, the Grump Danny Thunder, is Yasmin. The winner of that match will go on to face challenger HR, best known for being in the Unionverse. The match is supposed to take place sometime during the next 2 weeks. The Yasmin challenging the Grump match for the Midwest Coast Championship. From my sources, there is no official date or time yet for the Midwest Coast Championship match. They are still working on trying to get that together. But that is the next match that is supposed to happen. Yasmin challenging the Grump for the Midwest Coast Championship. On the Tag Team Championship side, they're looking for 4 tag teams to compete in a mini tag team tournament where the winner will get a shot at the Midwest Coast Tag Team Championship, currently held by the New Hotness. If you are interested in being one of those 4 tag teams, post, promo, reach out to Colin Simon, let him know you want a shot at those belts. He's looking for people to call their shot, to want to get in and compete for the championship. I haven't really talked about this, but there's a current ongoing tournament, the Big Meaty Invitational Tournament. Basically, an actual invitational Hoss tournament. The biggest competitors in the LFF going at it, plus Brock Smith. I don't know how Brock Smith got in there. Maybe he put some rocks in his pockets when he stepped on the scale. But Big Meaty Invitational currently underway. I'll give you more news about it when there's an update. Right now, though, going from memory, it's a 16-man tournament. They're currently doing group stages. I believe 4 groups, 4 players per group. The winners from that will go on to the top cut. In-person play news. The next big in-person event that I'm aware of is going to be at Long Island Tabletop Gaming Expo, April 6th through April 7th. That's the first Saturday and Sunday in April. This was just announced. I already reported that SRG Universe would be there. $50 to go for both days. That's the weekend pass ticket. There are single-day tickets available. Check that out if you're interested. They have announced, that is to say, SRG Universe has announced there will be 2 big Super Show events at Long Island Tabletop Gaming Expo. Saturday, there will be a Create-a-Competitor tournament. There's a $20 entry fee for this tournament, less than what these tournaments usually charge, but they did that deliberately because you're already paying an entry fee for the expo. Sunday, there will be a Grand Battle tournament, $10 entry fee. Only 32 spots for the Create-a-Competitor tournament. I'm not sure about the Grand Battle, likely 32 as well. Looking at the website for Long Island Tabletop Gaming Expo, there is a schedule of events out there. If you go to that schedule, I searched Super Show on Saturday. It brought up the Create-a-Competitor tournament. It's scheduled for 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., noon to 6 p.m. Swiss round tournament with a cut to a top 8. It is constructed. First place is the Create-a-Competitor. Top 8 players will get promos and foils. It is $20. There's a link to buy the ticket. You can buy tickets for that in quantities of 0 or 1. Did not give me the option to do 2 or more. Granted, I was not signed into the website. That could have affected things. The Grand Battle did not come up when I searched Supershow, but if you search SRG, it comes up. So search SRG for both, and both will come up. The Grand Battle is also scheduled for the same time on Sunday, noon to 6 p.m. Multiplayer pod format, single elimination. Pods shift and condense as players are eliminated. The last player standing gets the Grand Battle trophy. Promos and foils given to everyone in the top 8. $10. Those tickets are currently available. The system only lets you buy one. But yeah, if you want to go buy your tickets. They're out there now to go buy. That's pretty much it for the big stories for this week. Let's talk about the online tournaments and featured matches from this past week. I'll start Monday with Monday Night Fights. This was a Strike 10, Submission 10 tournament. You could only play competitors that had a printed strike skill of 10 or a printed submission skill of 10. 16 players in this tournament. They did group stages, 4 groups, 4 players per group. Each player plays the other 3 in the group. Best record per group advanced to the top cut. Only 4 people in the top cut. Your semi-finalists were Trey Cantrell as Mr. Poppin' Twist and Jim Bias as Scarlet Graves. Your finalists were Carlos Lumbre as the Abominable Big Shot and Bob Dunn as King Kong Dundee, with the winner, Carlos Lumbre. Congratulations to Carlos Lumbre for your victory, showing off why he won the 2023 Ring General Award. Next Monday Night Fights will be Lucha Night. You must play as a masked wrestler. Brian Schmidt posted a list of masked wrestlers who are eligible for this tournament. So if you're curious who you can run, the SRG Super Show discussion group on Facebook, Brian Schmidt posted a list of who you can play as. Tuesday, we had a tag team championship match for the LFF Tri-State Tag Team Championship. The challengers, the team known as Insert Name Here. The Italian Bombata playing as himself, and Google Docs Dan playing as the original version of Brian Cage. They take on champions Lords of New York. Lord of the Dance playing as Jamie Senegal, the New York Phenom playing as Johnny T. In a New York rules match that doesn't go past crowd meter 1, the opening crowd meter. As a reminder, New York rules matches start at crowd meter 1 and have no disqualifications. The winning team, who dominated turn rolls the whole night long, new champions, Insert Name Here. Congratulations to the Italian Bombata and Google Docs Dan for becoming the new LFF Tri-State Tag Team Champions. Thursday, we had Chibi's Thursday Night Fights. 10 players in this tournament. Group stages, 2 groups, 5 players per group. Top 2 records per group advance to the top cut. The stipulation in the semifinal round was Ring of Fire. The stipulation in the finals was chosen at random using a wheel on the computer. It also ended up being Ring of Fire. The semifinalists in the tournament were Chris Bagillo, the Italian Bombata, as Various, and Steve Resk as the newest version of El Blanco Diablo. The finalists were Yasmin, playing as Theo the Greek Neo, and Simple Chuck, playing as Gia de los Muertos, with the winner, Simple Chuck. Congratulations to Simple Chuck for winning Chibi's Thursday Night Fights. This brings us to Sunday Night Fights. But before I get to Sunday Night Fights, some results came in from an online tournament. The Cheetah has been hosting the Arts of Tag tag team tournaments. He hosted one Sunday afternoon. The only thing I have from Sunday afternoon's tournament, teams that finished in the top 4. So here are those teams. In 4th place, the LFF's Most Dangerous Alliance, Chris Pate and Sean Loeb. In 3rd place, the tag team of Candyman and Ryan Pierce. In 2nd place, the team of Mondane DeSauld and Candyman Dan, and the winners of the Art of Tag tournament from today, from March 3rd, the Word Bearers. This is the team of the prize fighter Simon Davner and Elder Dan of The Mission. And now on to Sunday Night Fights. 3 matches on the match card for Sunday Night Fights. The opening match was for the LFF Tri-State Championship. It's a New York rules match, meaning no disqualifications, and the match starts at crowd meter 1, like all LFF Tri-State Championship matches. The challenger, Ant West, playing as the new version of the antagonist, Candy Ma'am playing as her own competitor under the new 2020 Vision rules. This match does not go past crowd meter 1. The winner at crowd meter 1, new champion, Ant West. Congratulations to Ant West. It's been a long-running feud between Ant West and Candy Ma'am. Ant West finally emerges victorious in the head-to-head matchup. His next challenger will be Split. After the match between him and Split, their winner will face a member of Star Maker Productions. It will be up to that faction, to Star Maker Productions, to pick who will represent them in the championship match. The faction gets to choose who the next contender is after Split for the LFF Tri-State Championship. We don't know as of yet who that choice will be. What we do know is that the deadline to make that choice is the next LFF Tri-State Championship match. Star Maker Productions must make their decision before Split takes on Ant West for the belt. That was the first match of the night. The second match of the night was the finals of the Trios tournament. This is the tournament to crown contenders for the LFF Trios Championship. We covered the first 2 matches in this tournament. The Big Guy versus Drew Madsen, C-Mac versus Bobby Ohio. The Big Guy and Bobby Ohio won their matches, so they face off tonight. The winner gets a shot at the LFF Trios Championship at Grand Gathering 4. Bobby Ohio is playing as the Brain Trust. The Big Guy is playing as Brony Coven. In a match that does not go past crowd meter 0, rolling a 30 at crowd meter 0, the winner getting that championship shot, the Big Guy. The Big Guy will be in a featured championship match at Grand Gathering 4. Who will he be facing? We don't know. The current champion is the Grump. The Grump's next contender is Drew Madsen. Drew Madsen, playing as Bug versus Everyone, will take on the Grump, champion with the higher class, on the March 17th episode of Sunday Night Fights. We also learned that the Grump will be defending 2 championships on the March 17th episode of Sunday Night Fights, because he will also defend the Midwest Coast Championship against Yasmin. So we have 2 matches for the March 17th Sunday Night Fights, both involving the Grump. The winner of that match between the Grump and Drew Madsen will face C-Mac sometime in April. This brings us to the final match of Sunday Night Fights. It's the finals of the current season of the online Tag League. We have the tag team of Tart and Terror, Candyman playing as herself, and the Tart and Terror playing as Fortress, taking on the tag team Big Money. The Big Guy playing as Jigsaw, Mr. Moneymaker playing as the Iron Sultan. in a match that went over an hour and a half, that went all the way to crowd meter 3, the winners of this season's online tag team league, Big Money. As a result of this match, Big Money will get a shot at the LFF Tri-State Tag Team Championship. The Tartan Terror will also get a shot, but he will not play with Candy Ma'am as his partner. He has to pick a new partner. So 2 championship shots being earned as a result of the final match of Sunday Night Fights. Congratulations to Big Money for winning and getting a shot. Congratulations to the Tartan Terror for also earning himself a shot at the belts. As far as events for next week, nothing is currently posted on supershowthegame.com, but I did talk about Monday night's event earlier. Masked wrestlers only. You must play a competitor who is a masked wrestler. Thursday night, don't know what it's going to be, but expect a Chibi's Thursday Night Fights. Dojo Tuesday nights, twitch.tv/SRGuniverse. The Grump will be one of the people playing for the house, playing for SRG Universe on the dojo. With that being said, that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Outlaw Mudcast. I would like to thank all of you for listening, and a good day.